Hey, what's going on, guys? Jerry Yap here. Today we have a very, very fun and wholesome game to talk about, man. There's plenty of games in this series. Not a ton, but there's a few. It's a very fun, wholesome, awesome game to play. Especially, it's like the perfect chill game to play, perfect brainless game to play. Even it's like an in-queue game, right? You know how some, you'll watch like some streamers or whatever, they'll sit in queue for a long time or a longer time. Well, this game can really fill that void between your next game and doing nothing because there is no objective. And of course, I am talking about Animal Crossing, specifically New Leaf for the Nintendo 3DS. Now, this one, I can't lie, I didn't really play all that much when it came out. I still have my 3DS XL and my copy of New Leaf from way back in the day when I first got it when I was a bit of a smaller lad. Animal Crossing New Leaf came out November 8th, 2012. So this game is 12 years old now. But it does not look like it, man. That honestly just kind of threw me off, dude. This game does not look like a 12-year-old game. And, you know, I could see how you'd say it's boring. I could see how you say there's nothing to do. What's the point? But that's exactly the point, is there's no point, you know? I mean, there's obviously a point to playing it. That's just what video games are, man. They're made to be enjoyed. And if it's not up your alley, you don't have to play it. It's definitely not a game for everybody. Maybe if you had Subway Surfers on the lower half of the screen, you'd be able to play it. But what I mean by pointless is that there's like no actual objective. Like, yes, if you've played the game, you know you obviously have to pay off your house debt to get a bigger house and then just donate fish, donate bugs to the museum, and just make money and live an honest life. That is literally the objective of the game, man. And you can play it any way you want. There's no time limits. There's no constraints. There's no guns to kill anything with. There's no PvP. It's just good, wholesome community building. Like I mentioned, the only real objective is paying back that goon the money you owe him. Raccoon, that is. I'm talking about Tom Nook. Oh, man. I don't think Animal Crossing players are going to like that joke. I guess I should probably mention really quick, this is not a podcast for children. I know I'm covering, it's kind of a children's game, right? I'm secure enough to admit that. There's definitely going to be a few swear words tossed around, a little bit of profanity here and there, maybe a little dash or sprinkle of racism if I'm feeling up to it. And also, I checked the box on YouTube that says not for kids. So if for some reason you're going to come to me and bitch about your kids listening to some of this awful stuff that I'm saying, that's on you for being a shit parent, man. Monitor what your kid is listening or watching, okay? That's not on me. But yeah, that's basically how every Animal Crossing game starts off. It's always the same exact thing for the most part, with the exception of the mobile game, the Pocket Camp one, because I haven't seen Tom Nook in this one. But yeah, you come to town as a villager, they're called. The first game you have horns for some reason, but in this game you don't. And you just arrive the same way you do in every single Animal Crossing game. You take a train, and then this blue cat Rover starts talking to you. I don't know if it's like this in every game, but I know at least in the first one and this one, it's like that. I haven't played New Horizons in a while, so I don't really know how that starts off. And also, I'm not too familiar with City Folk, and then what's the DS one? Wild World. I have them all. I do plan on playing them all eventually. Rover basically just walks up to you. He asks your name. He asks what town you're going to, and this is where you can, name your character, name your town. I named my guy Hugh because I do the thing I do kind of with every character creation or name that I can make on my own. I basically just do the first thing that pops into my head and just write it regardless. It can be profanity if it wants to, or if that's the first thing that comes to my mind. Usually it's just something stupid. So yeah, I went with Hugh. First name that popped into my mind was Hugh, and then I named my town Cerna, Cerna. Don't know where it comes from. Have no idea if I knew that subconsciously from somewhere, but like I said, first thing I thought of. So that's what we went with. I am Hugh, living in the town of Cerna. And I know what you're probably thinking, Jerry, this game goes on forever. How the heck are you going to talk about it? Thanks for asking, Dante in the back. So here's what I'm doing, or at least for this title. What I did was I started a new, fresh game of Animal Crossing New Leaf. And what I thought to myself was, how can I play this game for a podcast without playing it for years on end? So I just figured, what the hell? I'm going to play it for 30 days consecutively, 30 minutes to an hour each day, and just try to see how far I can get, man. So that's exactly what I ended up doing. I played Animal Crossing New Leaf for 30 days straight. Sometimes for 30 minutes, sometimes for an hour a day. And dude, let me tell you guys, a cheat code really quick. And it's a fitness cheat code, surprisingly. Probably the only fitness tip you will ever get on a gaming show podcast, like with a loser like myself. So I recently bought a walking treadmill just to get some extra steps in at home. You know, I get a bunch of steps in at work and whatnot. However, I just wanted to, you know, walk at home when I have nothing better to do, you know, or just when I have extra time to burn. So what I did was I brought my 3DS on the goddamn treadmill with me, guys. I played Animal Crossing for like 30 minutes to an hour, like I said, got a solid workout in. And you know what, dude? It doesn't even feel like you're working out because my mind is completely focused on the game. Like, you can't even tell. Like, the worst part of working out, I think anyone can agree, is putting in the time, right? Just the time you want to be doing something else, right? So that's why I was like, you know what? Let's try this out. I'll see how it goes. You know, maybe my hand-eye coordination is not so good. Maybe I'll trip. Maybe I'll fall. Maybe I'll fuck something up here. But I was like, nah, I'll give it a shot. I'm not that old, right? God damn. And it ended up being a cheat code I'm honestly going to use every single day now for as long as I can. We can all just benefit from a little bit of a health boost, right? I'm always trying to better myself, eat better, exercise a little more. You know how it is. So Animal Crossing ended up helping me get on this fucking fitness routine, which is kind of crazy to say. And now that I'm done with it, I've kind of moved on to Pocket Camp now. So I pay attention to Pocket Camp for like half hour to an hour on my treadmill. I try to walk an hour a day. Or not an hour, but a mile. So it's like the perfect, 20, 30 minute workout. It just works out so perfect, guys. I'm telling you, if you have the funds, get a walking treadmill, try this out. Let me know in the comments below. So I got pretty decently far, man. I really did within 30 days. I wasn't trying to hardcore grind the game. I was just trying to, play it casually for however long I wanted to that night. I typically would just get on right after work while I'm like eating dinner or something so I could just multitask and do it, And then sometimes even on the weekends, I would open that shit up at like midnight or 1 a.m. or whenever I just felt like playing, and I would visit the island that Cap'n takes you to, maybe just fish for a bunch of sharks, catch a bunch of weird bugs, take them home and sell them to, try to upgrade my town and my home. So I kind of just took some notes here on everything I did of each of the 30 days, but I'm going to be honest with you, it doesn't really sound all that interesting when I'm reading it back. So what I'll probably just do is just describe how I played the game from day to day, and then just talk about some things I hated, some things I loved, something along those lines. We'll talk about the different shops you get to visit, all the different upgrades you can do to the stores. We'll talk about the museum, and we'll talk about a few of the upgrades I did. I can't talk about everything, obviously, because I obviously couldn't do everything in a game within 30 days, especially not hard grinding it. But yeah, I already explained what we did in day one partially. Day one, we just moved in. I ended up buying a shovel and a net right off the rip because that's all Nooks had to offer really quick. Remember, it starts out as this little shit shack. You did get to upgrade it later. And since I had the net, I just went around catching various bugs to pay off the very first loan. The first loan is obviously just for the house itself. It's very small at this time. And the loan is only 10K bells or money, whatever you want to call it. It's called bells. I don't know where that comes from. So yeah, it was very easy and quick to pay off. You don't really have to sell that many bugs to get that far. Day two, we had no new tools in the shop, so I basically just do the same thing I do every day. I just caught and sold bugs. I did all the daily stuff that I'm going to explain right now. I'm going to reference them as dailies throughout the rest of this video, so if you hear me say dailies, this is what I do. So there are exactly 4 fossil spots in this game on the ground every single day they respawn, as well as a money rock and a mineral rock, as well as a piece of furniture that you can shake out of the tree every day. So you obviously need the shovel to dig up the fossils. You can tell there's a fossil in the ground from this little star that's in the ground. It's brown. That's exactly what it looks like. It's a star on the ground. You can dig it up, and then you get a fossil. The fossil's identity isn't uncovered yet, so that's why you have the museum. That's why you have Blathers, the owl. You have to take the undiscovered fossils to him. He assesses the fossils, and you can either donate it if he doesn't have it, or you can sell it to get a pretty good amount of money for it. You don't really have to donate to the museum at all if you want to. You can just take every single fossil and sell them, and every single bug and every single fish, and just sell them without donating them. But guys, one of the best parts of Animal Crossing, to me anyways, is walking through that museum when you have a bunch of stuff or you have it completed finally. I've never completed it in any game just because it takes so long. But man, walking around that museum, seeing all your bugs that you caught, seeing all the fish that you caught, and in this game there's deep sea creatures. You can go scuba diving and get deep sea creatures, which is really cool. Seeing all the fossils you've uncovered. represent, various dinosaurs and whatnot. Just being able to see all that in your museum feels so rewarding. I don't know why. I can't explain it. So if you play Animal Crossing and you don't donate anything, I literally think you're a psychopath, man, because that is like one of the most fun things to do. Also, it's funny, Blathers like hates bugs. He goes like, eek, every time you hand him a bug. On day 3, we finally got the fishing rod at the coon shop, at the Tom Nook's raccoon shop, or it's Timmy and Tommy now. I forgot. His kids run it in these later games. So I basically just started catching a fuck ton of fish and donating all the ones that were new, and then all the repeats I obviously sold off as well. I was able to pay $10K off of the next loan. The next loan is $40K, which also really is not that bad. It does not take that long to pay off. I forgot to mention my house expanded. The first loan you pay off basically just makes the one room that your house has bigger so you can fit more stuff in it. Day 4 wasn't too crazy. I just did the dailies like I do every day. I was able to finish off the next loan of $40K at night though. And what sucks about paying it off at night, guys, is you have to go talk to Tom Nook after you pay your loan off so he can get your house ready to upgrade the next day, right? So if you don't get to talk to him the day you pay off your loan, you have to wait the next day to then wait another day to get another remodel on your house, which kind of sucks, but it's not the end of the world. Day 5 was a bit of an interesting day. I got Tom Nook to get started on my house for the next day, and the next loan is just under 100,000 bells. It's 98,000 bells. My boy Jeremiah invited me over at 6 p.m. to hang out today. Jeremiah is one of my residents. He's a frog. Pretty cool dude. We got a bunch of many new fish and bug donations. The Old Tortimer was telling me about his island he's getting set up in the next couple days. I mentioned it a little bit earlier. At this point, I'm visiting the Nook shop as well, just trying to buy like one thing every day to hopefully get the store upgraded. I'm pretty sure that's how you upgrade the store, is just by buying stuff and spending money there. So that's basically what I was trying to do. I'm also visiting the Able Sisters store every day. Able Sisters is basically just the clothing store, except in this game, there's an accessory shop add-on to it as well. So you can buy like all sorts of cool glasses, hats, helmets. I bought a sweet BioShock like deep diving helmet today that I wore for a long time. I just gotta mention this really quick, man. As far as the Able Sisters store, I would check the accessories every day, but man, the clothing I felt left a lot to be desired. The clothing designs in this game, it was all just like dresses and short shorts, or if it was like some sort of masculine, like regular, like normal clothes, right? The designs just weren't all that great, so I really didn't like the clothes in this game. I feel like the clothes were pretty awful, but the accessories, I feel like made up for them. There's a lot of cool accessories. I believe there's even like a king's crown you can buy for like over 1.5 million bells. Like it's crazy expensive. You have to grind so hard for that, I'd imagine. But yeah, accessory shop, very, very cool. Another resident named O'Hare moved in today. He's like this cool bunny guy. And then there was a plot of land for another resident moving in tomorrow, which his name was Cody, which brings us right into day 6. I got my bigger house from Tom Nook finally. So the first expansion is the main room but bigger. The second expansion is the main room but even bigger, so you can fit more stuff and more furniture in your house. I moved all my furniture around to adjust my new space. Jeremiah asked me to deliver something to Charlize, who was literally right next to me. It was funny. I basically walked up to those two talking. Then I talked to Jeremiah, and he's like, oh, I've been meaning to give this to Charlize. Can you give it to her? And it's funny because she's just standing right there, so she probably overheard the whole conversation. Charlize is this green bear, by the way. She's pretty cool. Not one of my favorites, though. Today was the first day I started my mayoral duties. With the Bell Boom Ordinance, you're able to pick an ordinance, as they call it, as the mayor of your city. And what the ordinance is you can kind of like shift or alter some things about your town. I chose the Bell Boom Ordinance, which basically just means selling prices are better and stuff like that. Like buying and selling prices are better. Obviously, because I knew I wasn't going to be playing the game that long, so this one just made the most sense to me. But you can get different stuff like Early Bird, where everything in the town is open earlier in the day. You can get the Night Owl, where everything is open later in the day, depending on obviously which time you play. And then you can get like this one where it's like Clean City, where you can't catch any boots, you can't catch any tires, the oceans are clean. But yeah, I just went with the Bell Boom because it seemed like the no-brainer. Obviously I had it in mind I'm only going to play this for 30 days. Might as well get the best selling prices for everything I can. I also bought a big-ass organ from Timmy Nook, and then I really just caught a bunch of new bugs and fish to donate and make bells off of to prepare for the next loan. Day 7 was the first time it rained outside, which I always like when the season changes or when the weather changes in Animal Crossing. I don't know. There's some I just love playing in the rain in this game. I also love the rain in real life, so maybe that has something to do with that. I don't know, man. I just find the rain so fucking calming, man. So calming, so smoothing. The rain, bring on the rain, bro. I'm telling you. Couple cool things happened on this day. O'Hare invited me to his birthday party on 7/24 next week, which was what, July 24th. Dude, I don't think I ever went to it. I'm a shitty friend. Cody officially moved in. I forgot to meet him on the day before. I met him on the day after he moved in. He's this cool bear. He's like a blue bear guy. He's pretty chill. I fuck with him. I delivered a good to Pom Pom from Jeremiah. Jeremiah just be sending me on all these quests, man. Pom Pom is this duck girl. She's pretty cute. She's tiny. Dude, it's so funny too because sometimes the residents will have you come up with a catchphrase, you know? Pom Pom asked me for a new catchphrase, so I just typed N word. Not the actual N word, but then N space word. So then she would be like... Every time I talk to her, she'd be like, oh, what's up, N-word? How's it going? Oh, dude, it's just so funny. I love that. I tried visiting the Happy Home thing up at the top of the map, but unfortunately, you need like the 3DS online to work to be able to do it, which is the case for a lot of the amenities and stuff in this game, which is quite unfortunate. I had this problem with the Dream Suite as well. You have to have like an online connection, but the thing is even though my internet works, I guess they must have shut down the 3DS servers or something because I couldn't get it to work. So unfortunately, there's no homes on the display in the top. I don't really know what it does. Maybe it shows other people's homes. I have no idea what this feature does, along with the Dream Suite, which I'll get into a little later. My boy Angus wanted some fruit, so I got him a cherry. Oh, I forgot to mention that was my native fruit for this town was cherries. If you don't know, every time you play Animal Crossing, every time you start a new world, you get the chance of having 5 different fruits essentially. And if you have fruit that grows on your island that's not native to your island, it's worth more. Oh, and by the way, Angus is like this bull guy. I think he's a bull. He's got horns and stuff, wears a flame t-shirt, pretty cool. He gave me a mummy shirt for giving him that cherry. So, you know, shout out to him. That was pretty cool of him. So I basically just kept, you know, selling shit off to make money, selling critters off to make money, and donating all the new ones that I caught. Moving on to day number 8, we met Cap'n the Turtle today. Cap'n is the guy that takes you to the Tortimer Island. The Tortimer Island is just an exotic beach island that you can do different events at, but I mainly just use it to go fishing there for sharks and crazy bugs and stuff like that. You can also get coconuts and lemons here to bring back and plant in your own town to sell for more money in the future, which is pretty nice. But dude, the one thing that sucks is you need these certain metals to buy the wetsuit on the island. You can only get these metals by doing like sightseeing or whatever, but you have to save your 3DS and go online to do that. So when I tried to do it the first time, the game just killed itself and I lost my save progress after all the shit I caught too. And it just sucks because that's the only way to get the wetsuit. So unfortunately, the only time I was able to use the wetsuit was the rental one you get from the gyroid guy that gives it to you on the island. But all in all, I booted up my save again, went back to the island, caught a bunch of new creatures, caught a bunch of new fish, and then caught a whale shark and an ocean sunfish and a lot more donations too, which was pretty sweet. I also ended up paying off the 98k house loan too. So it moves from 100k to 200k, well 198k to be more specific. Big day today. I was able to find gyroids in the ground too, which was interesting because this only happened like 1 or 2 days. Gyroids are like the little wooden guys that dance. There's a million of them probably. They each have like a different tune they dance to. It's really weird. I genuinely have no idea how to explain it. So just go look up on YouTube like gyroids from Animal Crossing and you'll quickly understand what the hell I'm talking about. On to day 9. The next couple days are pretty interesting because on day 9 specifically, the next couple of days are going to be light days because the Juno trial was out in Overwatch. If you don't know, Juno is the newest support hero in Overwatch. I'm a support main. So I spent the next 3 days just hard grinding Juno, learning that character. So I didn't play Animal Crossing all that much. I just did fossils and money rocks. This cat Katrina came into town today. She's kind of like a fortune teller. She read me my fortune and it said something about a gray tank. I genuinely have no idea what the gray tank thing was about. I thought it was going to be about like an item clothing, but it never really ended up meaning anything. Unless it does and I just didn't realize it. Let me know in the comments below if I missed something. It's funny. She just says, remember, bad days are just days that are bad. And I was like, wow, that is great advice, man. I can't lie. Bad days are just days that are bad. Words to live by, man. I met Floral today. Floral was this pink flamingo girl who moved in. Pretty interesting. I've actually never seen this resident before. I genuinely don't know how many residents are in this game. I feel like there's probably hundreds of them. Also, something is under construction next to the Able Sisters, so there's going to be a new store opening up hopefully tomorrow. Day 10 was the first bug tourney. The chameleon gnat is really funny. Basically, all the bug tourney is you try to catch the biggest bug you can, and you get a prize if you do. I lost it because I'm dog shit at the game. Also, this guy Phineas visited today. He gives out badges for your like encyclopedia progress. The shop that opened up next to the Able Sisters was the garden store. It just has various flower seeds and stuff like that. I'm not really interested in this part of the game, but if you are, it's probably a plus for you. Also today, Nook says he's going to be closed for renovations tomorrow to upgrade the shop, so that's pretty cool. Uneventful day because, you know, I was just trying to grind my daily stuff, get off, play more Juno and Overwatch. Day 11 was kind of the same thing. You know what I discovered in this day? Dude, there's a locker inside of the train station that you can store stuff in, and it shares the storage with your house. Any sort of piece of furniture that holds items, it all shares the storage. Also, the storage in this game is so much weaker. We've been spoiled by New Horizons, the newest one, because you could just put so much stuff in your house storage. There's not that in this game. Like, you actually have to store stuff in dressers and stuff. And there's not that much room. There's a pretty good amount of room, but there's not that much room. The Nook Shack went under construction today. I actually did end up going to the island today to try to just make some money. Caught myself a saw shark and another hammerhead shark. But like I mentioned earlier, I just wanted to get off really quick, play some more Juno and Overwatch. I'm pretty sure this was the last day she was available for the weekend, so had to grind a little bit of that out. Day 12 was a bit of a slower day. Nooks upgraded to TNT Mart. Pretty light day. Just did some bugging, some fishing, sold some fruit trees. I paid about half of the $200,000 loan off. Day 13 was an interesting day because right off the rip, right when I opened my house and came outside for the day, this guy Shrunk was right outside of my home talking to me about opening up some club and he needs to get signatures. I was like, oh yeah, sure, man, let's do it. I just had to go find 6 residents and get their signature. They all pretty much approved right away. They want the club, so I just did the normal daily stuff. And then also there's another building going up next to the Able Sisters tomorrow, which is pretty exciting. Day 14, 2 weeks into my new Animal Crossing life, I finally got the slingshot in the shop. If you don't know what the slingshot does, it shoots balloons out of the sky that are carrying gifts. But in this game, I don't know, man. I really don't like... it's not worth shooting down the balloon stuff because you only get balloon furniture in this game. I'm pretty sure in the newest one, you can get all sorts of like different furniture. But in this one, you only get balloon stuff. So you get like a balloon dresser, balloon bed, balloon chair. You get the deal. It's just like, who the hell wants balloon shit? I'm not a clown. I'm also trying my best to pay off the rest of my loan, but I saw a butterfly machine and a tangerine share in Nook's shop that I just had to have. Also, whatever's building next to the Able Sisters is still going on, man. Like, this is officially a 2-day process now, which is kind of crazy. And then to close out day 14, I just went to the island. I made an absolute killing of 100,000 bells when I came back, so I paid off the full 200K loan. Good day's work on week number 2. So starting off week number 3, day 15 specifically, I didn't realize earlier in the day on day 14, I actually bought like a new front for my house because the Nook home renovations place. You talk to Tom Nook there when you want to upgrade your house, and you can also get different like fences, doors, mailboxes, color roofing you can change there. Because I talked to him earlier and got a new front in my house, he didn't do the fucking work or didn't do the expansion. The expansion literally didn't go through, so it will tomorrow. But still, I was just a little upset about that because I wanted to see my new house, man. Red, the painting guy, came. He's this guy that can either sell you like legit paintings or they're like fake paintings or statues or sculpture. I didn't buy anything from him though. I know he's a scammer. Whatever's coming next to the Able Sisters is still under construction. That's 3 days now under construction, which is just crazy. But all in all, I just caught some more fish, caught some more bugs, and then I planted more coconuts along the beach because I like to have my beaches, you know, with the coconut palm trees all along them. It looks really nice. So all in all, I talked to Tom Nook at the end of the day, and he's going to give me a second story to my house. So that's pretty cool for tomorrow. Day 16 wasn't too crazy. I just bought these hedges that replaced my fence to make my house look a little nicer. Bought a giant bookshelf from Tom Nook's because I had this idea. I'm like, okay, I just got the second story. What if I just filled it with these crazy bookcases and like made it like a ritual room or something like that? So that was kind of my idea for that. The store next to the Able Sisters finally opened up, and it's Kicks. It's a shoe store. Who would have thought? So And I don't know. I really don't care for the shoe store that much. I tried to visit it. I visited it a couple times, but I didn't go there every day just because, along with the clothing choices in this game, I just feel like the shoe choice was just not that interesting. And I didn't really care for socks or anything. I kind of just kept my default shoes and socks pretty much all game. But yeah, pretty chill day. Just did the dailies. Day 17 was a day I couldn't have much time to play, so I literally just did my dailies, and then I buried a time capsule for Charlize, and then I planted and sold coconuts. But dude, the time capsule, I did not even realize. I never dug that up. Let me know in the comments below how long it takes for them to ask you to dig up the time capsule again, because I do remember right where I put it. Maybe if I boot this thing up in like a year, she'll ask me to, but I gotta be honest with you, man, I don't plan on playing this. I do not plan on playing New Leaf for a long time. Probably maybe not ever again as well. Because I really do want to play the other Animal Crossing games and then start a new Horizons one again when I eventually get there, but it'll probably be a while before that. Okay, so day 18 was so interesting because I fell over for the first time and then I continued to fall over all day. And what I mean by falling over is like, you know how you can normally just run, you walk with your character and then you hold B to run with your character? I just kept running and then my guy would just faceplant like all day. I really have no idea what was going on or anything. I've never seen that before in any Animal Crossing game, so it's like, what? I genuinely have no idea how that went down. Day 19, we got the club opened up. If you feed the shrunk guy before shows, he gives you like those reactions that you can use. Basically, what a reaction is your character will do like a little animation depending on like an emotion or whatever, and then if I'm assuming, you know, when you meet other people online, you can have the reactions to, you know, live out your character. I forgot to mention on day 18, we finished the bridge project I had up because my bridge was in a horrible spot, so I had to build a new one. So there's like these little projects you can do, and one of them is like building a bridge. You could just build various park furniture, that kind of thing. You can build a dream suite. You can build like a fortune teller shop. You can build a police station. So they're just like mini projects you can kind of just sink bells into if you want to. I don't really know any of them. I didn't really get to do any of them. I never saw the dream suite before, so as soon as I saw that available for the next project, I was like, sure, why not? I'll build it. I just did my normal fishing and bugging routines. I'm at the point where I'm not really catching anything new, unfortunately. That's basically just how fishing and catching bugs works, you know. You're not going to catch different stuff all the time, especially depending on what season it is. There's a lot of fish and bugs that are season specific, so it's really rewarding to try to catch them all year round if you play all year round, because you'll get different ones depending on what season it is. Day 20, I don't remember what I was doing, but I was busy IRL, so I had to take my 3DS to work and do my Animal Crossing daily before I got out of work because I was busy afterwards. I can't even remember what I was doing. I paid $200K of the $300K loan. I'm still surprised at this point. I still have not gotten an axe in the shop. Also, the beaver guy came into town and gave me his bug badge for catching a bunch of different bugs, which was pretty nice. Day 21, still no axe in the shop. I sold my slingshot on accident, but I got it back because Nooks had it, thankfully. I paid off the full house loan, and now I'm expanding into a basement tomorrow, and the next loan is $428,000. So at this point, I'm like pretty demotivated to keep going. Day 22, we did the normal daily routine. I bought a sweet Zen door from Tom Nook for my house, got my new basement installed, the crown spawned into the Able Sisters for 1.5 mil. I was like, okay, yeah, I'm never getting that shit. Comment down below if you have the royal crown or whatever. I'd be very impressed, honestly. I caught a new dragonfly as well as a new stink bug to donate. Nooks is going to be closed tomorrow for another renovation, which is pretty poggers. Also, the blue recycling sheep finally woke up. He offers you ways to change your furniture colors and style, which is pretty interesting. I actually don't know if I talked about the recycling center yet. This is another thing I really dislike about New Leaf, man. I don't see the point of the recycling center. Unless you play with friends that are constantly in your town and you go to their towns and then you can see what there is in their flea market, because that's basically what the recycling center is. It's kind of like a flea market, except if you're a solo player like me, none of the furniture like ever changes. Every once in a while there'll be an animal in there that is like, should I buy this? And then you can tell them to buy it. But then I don't know, dude. I just feel like it's pointless. Like nobody ever puts up furniture besides you. And then when I finally put up furniture, it just doesn't sell. I even tried putting furniture in there for like one bell or whatever, and it doesn't sell, man. So I don't know. I feel like the recycling center is kind of pointless because you can just sell to Tom Nook as well. However, there is every specific day, there's a sign outside the recycling center. There's 2 items on the board that they'll basically buy for better prices. So if you have whatever they're buying, it's worth it. However, it was always the 2 most random things anyway. So it's not like you're going to farm up a bunch of those random items. Oh, my goddamn phone's going off, bro. Interrupting my fucking recording. What was I saying? So yeah, I basically just don't really understand the point of the recycling center. I feel like it's pretty useless. I don't know. Let me know if there's something I missed out on, man. I really just don't know about this place. I feel like it's just really pointless. Day 23, Nook Mart is remodeling yet again, as well as the Able Sisters place too. The Able Sisters place is open. However, there's a big curtain over it, like normally when something's remodeling is. I'm pretty sure it's the hairdresser, if I'm not mistaken. There's like a staircase that goes upwards into the hairdresser. I'm pretty sure that's what it's going to be. Did the normal dailies, deposited $90K for the Dream Suite since I'm not doing the house anymore. I pretty much gave up on the house because I knew I wasn't going to be playing this game for that much longer. So I was just like, you know what? Let's put all of it into the Dream Suite. I'll see what the Dream Suite is before I'm done playing. Angus wanted a cherry, so I gave him the perfect cherry that I've had on this tree for a while, just because I don't know. I was trying to find out if there's a difference between giving them a normal piece of fruit or one of the ones that's perfect. He ended up giving me a pineapple bed, which is pretty cool. Not really my style, but it was a thoughtful thought, Angus, my dude. Day 24, the Nook Mart remodel is finished. It's basically just a bigger store with a few more item selections for each type. It's kind of the same layout. You just have like one more piece of furniture, and then there's like one more walls you can buy, one more rug you can buy. This was a first for me. Bertha, one of my residents, she's kind of like this green hippo cunt. She's pretty cool though. She wanted me to play hide and seek with her, Pom Pom, and Greta. Oh, I forgot to talk about Greta. She's basically just like this cute little mouse girl, I guess. She's a little fucking rat. But yeah, hide and seek is just a 15-minute timer to find the three of them anywhere on the island. They can't be inside though, so it was pretty easy. She gave me a director's chair for succeeding. Really didn't do much, but you know, catch stuff, sell stuff, trying to pay off that Dream Suite soon. I also moved down from the hedges to a new country fence, which just complements my house and makes it look nicer. Day 25, the badge guy came and gave me another deep sea badge today. I sold quite a bit of island questions from last night when I played. I did visit the island because I do want to get enough bells to pay off that Dream Suite because I'm really, really curious on what it is. I actually got the rest of the funds that I needed to pay off the Dream Suite, so that'll be open tomorrow, hopefully. Able Sisters is still under construction. Day 26, the Dream Suite finally opened. And I was very excited to use it, but you need a fucking internet connection, man. And I do have an internet connection, but I just think the 3DS service is offline. So unfortunately, I spent all those bells, all that time, all that grind to try to get the Dream Suite, and it just ended up being in vain, man. Absolutely could not use it. So let me know in the comments below what the Dream Suite is. I was very curious. It sounded really interesting. So I just rented up, did my dailies, and not much else because I just wasn't feeling it, man. That Dream Suite literally just killed my motivation for this game. Day 27, we just did the dailies. The haircut place opened up yesterday. I honestly just forgot about it though. So I went up and I got a new cut. Nothing special. It ended up giving me green hair. I bought this green leaf mask that was an Able Sister. So I had this like green hair, green mask combo. It was pretty cool. Day 28, I started a new ordinance for the Reset Center. I have no idea what it is. I put 100K towards it, but I honestly probably wasn't going to finish it. And then I'm not going to lie, day 29 and day 30, I was just catching fish and bugs. That's all I wanted to do. Just try to get a few more donations before I could walk through and admire my museum. The last 2 days, you know, I just wasn't motivated because I knew I wasn't going to pay that house off. I knew I wasn't going to pay that Reset Center off. So what's the point? You know, I'm going to move on to another game. But yeah, I think I was able to get pretty far within 30 days of Animal Crossing, man, especially for not hardcore grinding the game. You know, I'm not really a hardcore Animal Crossing player, which is kind of funny to say, right? Hardcore Animal Crossing player. I'm more of a casual Animal Crossing player or enjoyer. But man, you can see, like, I'm telling you guys, look online at New Horizons, just like type in on YouTube New Horizon Cool Islands, bro. People make all sorts of crazy shit. The amount of stuff you can do in New Horizons compared to these older games is just insane. Like, you can completely just flip your island how you want, like everything. Make the cliffs you want, the rivers you want. You don't have to have rivers if you don't want to. It's like you can do anything with that terraforming shit. It's actually really cool. I would just like to enjoy it casually. You know, I like to build my house. I like to collect the furniture, try to go for a certain theme. But my favorite part, obviously, I mentioned before, is finishing out that museum, getting all the donations in, getting all the fossils in, and then walking through it when you finally have like all of it done is just, it's so relaxing and rewarding, man. It really Nothing comes close to that feeling, man. I'm telling you. You know, I was gonna sit here and mention my likes and dislikes for this game, but I really I can't, because all my dislikes are the fact that it's just not New Horizons. You know what I mean? I have stuff on my list here like no tool belt for easy access to tools, which, you know, is in the newest game. I miss the dump from the first game. I hate the fact that all of the balloons you shoot down just are balloon furniture. There's like this weird fishing bug in this game where the fish would come up and bite it and then just swim away. Let me know if that ever happened to you, but I don't know. That was weird for me. And the one thing I really don't like is the city junction, like across the railway. I hate the fact that all the shops are just placed across away from the island. You know what I mean? Just crossing that train track is just annoying to get everywhere. I like when everything is just nice and uniform on the island as its own thing. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's a little nitpicky, but that's my preference, man. So yeah, I really don't know what else I have to say about this game. I will say, I don't know if I'm gonna like this episode, guys. I kind of realized as I was talking and editing this, like I'm editing way too much, man. I'm not going on rambling as much as I do about the stuff that just makes the game interesting or fun to me. You know, it felt like with those earlier episodes where I just read off a list and it's just really boring. I don't know. I'm definitely going to listen to it again on Monday. I'll listen to it back. We'll see where it goes wrong, but I just wanted to try something different because I do plan on covering all the Animal Crossings. Like I said, I didn't know if this was going to be a good way to do it. Maybe I'll just talk about the game generally and not each of the 30 days. I don't know. I just don't think it's going to make for good radio, but we'll see. But anyways, guys, I mean, that's really it. I don't really know how much more I have to say about Animal Crossing. I will say New Leaf, this is probably my least favorite Animal Crossing game I've played so far, unless you count the mobile app Pocket Camp. But even then, I kind of do like Pocket Camp. I think I do like Pocket Camp more than this game, although it's not really a mainline Animal Crossing game, so you can't really compare them. But yeah, New Leaf I think is probably the weakest entry in the franchise. I can't tell you guys when I'm going to play the next one. I'll probably just drop it on you as a surprise, but as of right now, I'm kind of over this series. I am still playing the mobile one, so maybe I'll do an episode on that in the future, but I don't know. Next Animal Crossing game I'll play will probably be Wild World for the DS or City Folk for the Wii, because I have not played those two in a long time, and I do want to play the original one on the GameCube, but just not next, you know? And I can't tell you guys when that's going to be. Probably in the way future when I do want to pick up one of these games again. Let me just tell y'all what I'm playing, and then I'll get out of here, okay? Still playing Overwatch. I love Overwatch. I'll never give up on this game. I love it so much. Juno comes out very soon. I think this coming Tuesday, so that's exciting with Season 12. Very much looking forward to grinding the new support hero. I'll spoil it right now. Next episode is going to be Crackdown, the original one for the Xbox 360. I just randomly was scrolling past it on my Xbox and saw it. I was like, you know what? This is a game I have not played in absolutely forever. Booted it up. It took me only like 3 days to beat. So yeah, that'll be getting an episode next week. Besides that, I'm playing a little bit of Predecessor. It's like this MOBA game I'm trying to get into on Steam. It's okay. It's not bad. It's okay. I do like it better than Smite. I'm giving it a whirl. I've just been playing a little bit of Riders Republic with my boy every now and then. He's fucking nasty at the game though, so he kind of just shits on me every time. Riders Republic is basically just my waiting room for the new Skate game. I cannot wait for the new Skate game, man. I love the Skate series. I was a Tony Hawk fanboy all the way up until I played the Skate series. Skate is just it's so realistic. It's so clean. Doing tricks is so fun and rewarding. I love using the flick of the thumbstick to do different like flip tricks and stuff. Very immersive. I should replay Skate 1 one of these days. But anyways, I've gone on too long. Animal Crossing New Leaf. Pretty fun game, man. Pretty fun. Not the strongest in the series by any means, but still a solid entry. So we will leave it at that right there. Thank you all so much for listening. It means a lot. Next week, we'll be down with the Crackdown episode. And after that, I genuinely have no idea what it's going to be next. So anyways, take care, guys. Thanks again for listening. Enjoy your week or weekend. Goodbye.